Good evening, I'm Maggie Wiestoff.
And I'm Michael Cole. Here's what's coming up next on Panthervision.
You get knocked down. It's whether you get up.
The elections are over, and Mary Burke figures out her next plans. As Scott Walker plans for 4 more years as Wisconsin's governor.
This door, piece of junk.
Find out how to keep in the heat and keep down the costs this winter. And find out why this girl has the right shot. All that and more coming up next on Panther.
From the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, this is UWM Panthervision. A weekly newscast reported, written, and produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. And now, the news.
Good evening. The long campaign is over.
And what looked to be a tight contest was not. In the end, Scott Walker was re-elected governor by 6 percentage points over Democratic challenger Mary Burke. We have team coverage tonight looking at everything from how students voted to turnout to reaction. We'll start with the election night parties for both Walker and Burke. Reporter Emily Topcheski was at State Fair Park for the Walker's victory celebration.
People crowded into the Expo Center Tuesday night as Governor Scott Walker was re-elected for the 3rd time in 4 years.
It couldn't have been better. Did you feel it too?
Everyone was feeling it.
Let's move on to 4 more great years.
The crowd was abuzz all night.
Seeing all of this makes me really excited to vote.
The packed room was filled with people of all ages.
Even though I can't vote, I just think that this is my future and I should be celebrating it because someday I will be able to vote and someday this is definitely going to be a big part of my life.
Meet some girls from DSHA, a local high school.
4 more years!
Some of them can't even vote yet, but they all came together to support Scott Walker.
It was so exciting. I've never been to anything like this, and just to be surrounded by people who have the same views as me and are just as excited is oh my gosh, it's so fulfilling.
Excitement is an understatement. They say the rally was better than the volleyball game they missed to be here.
It was fun to come out with a group of friends so we could all just come out together and celebrate.
And the older generation was thrilled to see them.
I think if the kids really do check the issues, they've got to see that he's the one to follow. He's the one to support. And I'm so glad so many of our college kids and high school kids are thinking this way.
One of the top issues for students is the tuition freeze.
I'm the oldest of 5 kids, so paying for college tuition is kind of a big struggle, and just making it affordable is huge for my family, and so that's amazing that that's something that he wants to focus on.
But not tonight. There'll be more time to think about that. For now, they're celebrating alongside Walker, another victory.
I think we all agree that this is a big part of our future, so why not start now?
In West Dallas, I'm Emily Topcheski for Panthervision.
This is Eliana Moreno. The mood here at Mary Burke's election night party is much more somber, but with a glimmer of hope.
This state we all love so much is full of people and communities that can take a hit, but that never waver in getting right back up.
Walker's re-election prolonged Wisconsin Democrats' concerns regarding state policies, which hit close to many voters' hearts.
I taught for 39 years, and I got out before Scott Walker got in. And I think it's a shame what he's done to education and how he's divided the state and made educators the villain in this whole thing.
The city of Madison was a sea of emotion as Burke supporters took to the streets. Democrats were left feeling uneasy about what is to come for the state of Wisconsin with Walker continuing as governor.
I go to a Catholic institution and they don't give out birth control at my school, so they literally said you need to go to a Planned Parenthood. So if Scott Walker is shutting down Planned Parenthoods, where the heck am I supposed to go?
For some voters, Walker may have won this battle, but the war is not yet over.
My son is about to go to college in a year, and I keep telling him that what he needs to do is, in his organizations, even in high school, they have a model UN organization. People need to work together, break down those the sense of stiff limitations.
I'd like for the next generation to at least have a little bit of clean water, clean air, and a sense of what we grew up with, and it's fast disappearing.
Despite election night ending in disappointment for Wisconsin Democrats, Mary Burke showed her gratitude and encouraged voters to continue fighting for the causes they value. In Madison, I'm Eliana Moreno for Panthervision.
Because a polling place is based on where you live, it's next to impossible to determine how UWM students voted as a group.
But for those living on campus, voted at the residence halls, so we can get a glimpse of how students voted. The vote at Sandburg, Cambridge, and Riverview was decidedly in favor of Democratic challenger Mary Burke. Burke got 71.5% of the vote at those polling places to Walker's 26.8%. That's similar to the last presidential election when President Obama got 73% of the residence hall vote.
Turnout in the city of Milwaukee was about 66%, but that pales in comparison to one of the wards in Sandburg residence halls. Turnout in Ward 130 was 189%. No, people didn't vote more than once. The percentage exceeded 100% because of the turnover in dorms and new registrations. Turnout in the other Sandburg ward was 50%. Just under 3,400 votes were cast at the UWM residence halls. Panthervision's Sheree Dixon tells us how the voting went.
UWM students line up to register and wait in line to vote for their candidate. Senior Ann Weaker knew exactly who she wanted in office this year.
I will be voting for Mary Burke as a student personally in the field of education. I truly believe that Mary Burke is trying to do what's best for the state, and Scott Walker is only bringing us further behind.
While students continue to fill up the polls, volunteer canvassers make a push for students to vote on Election Day. Sally Evans and her promoting partner make it very clear who they are supporting.
She's not divisive. She wants to unite. She is pro-education. She's for the environment. She's everything Scott Walker isn't.
Election observer Kate Kaiser believes the day is more than just about the candidates.
Oh, I think it's incredibly vital. I think if people start voting young, then they're going to be even more committed as they grow older.
As the day comes to an end, students continue to use their right to vote, hoping that they make the right decision. In Milwaukee, I'm Sheree Dixon for Panthervision.
While Burke carried the vote at the UWM polling locations, the race was a dead heat at Marquette.
Voters in 3 wards cast their ballot at Marquette's UW Alumni Union. Burke got 49% of the vote and Walker got 48.5%. Turnout was much lower than there at the UW polling locations. Turnout averaged 35% at the 3 Marquette polling places.
MATC students also expressed their views through the ballot box. Nikia Gore has the week's MATC report.
The election is over and the results are in. Scott Walker is still our governor. Around MATC, there's a lot of mixed feelings.
As far as Scott Walker goes, I feel that he doesn't really have the best interest of the middle class or the upcoming class or the poor working class. As far as funding or social programs, he's trying to take that away.
I don't feel like Scott Walker is there for everybody. I feel like that he's there more for the rich.
Pretty much his plan as far as the opportunities for jobs. He had an opportunity to create jobs. I believe it was in racing. They wanted to build a Potawatomi, and they still haven't voted on that. So, you say you're pro-jobs, but, we're not seeing the results.
There were a few people happy about some of the changes he is offering.
Obviously, I didn't vote for him, but in the past, I do agree with some of the views that he had, especially when it came to like the school choice and the food share benefits and the requirements that he wants to take hold and take place. So with that being said, he's back in office again for another few years, so I can just continue on and hope for the best, but do what we have to do in the community.
No matter how the students feel about Scott Walker being re-elected, the fact is he will be our governor for the next 4 years.
About 2.4 million Wisconsinites voted. That's about 55% of all eligible voters.
The FBI is investigating a UW Oshkosh student after 2 professors became concerned that he might be trying to make the deadly toxin ricin. Ricin is a powdery substance extracted from castor beans that can cause respiratory failure if inhaled. A white powder and a lab notebook were collected from the suspect's house, The suspect was taken into custody for recklessly endangering safety.
There's a new lead in the case of a missing UW Green Bay student. Green Bay police searched a 30-acre property in Portage County this past week in connection to the 1998 disappearance of college student Amber Wilde. She was 19 years old at the time. Authorities wouldn't say what they were looking for or whether anything was found. Wilde's car was found near Lambeau Field shortly after her disappearance, but she hasn't been seen since.
Police are investigating a recent rash of robberies near the Marquette campus. There have been 3 armed robberies on or near Marquette's campus in 4 days. Milwaukee police have since arrested 4 suspects. However, one robbery happened after they were taken into custody, so police are still looking for other suspects. Police say the cases could be linked because of their similarities. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Panthers' first game in their new home.
And show you how to save money on heat this winter.
All that and more when Panthervision continues.
Been on the run for 90 minutes. Average foot speed over uneven terrain, barring any injuries, is 4 miles per hour. What I need from each and every one of you is a full target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, and dog house in that area. Your fugitive has just cashed in his 401k plan, and all he had to do was roll it over.
Learn about rollovers and protecting your financial future, and choose to save.
You can't mess with a big dog.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
UWM's makeover of its new arena is complete.
And with a team ineligible for postseason play this year, a remodeled facility means a fresh start.
Panthervision's Dominique Harris has the story.
The UWM boys basketball team played against Platteville in the new UWM Panther Arena Thursday. But the fans were talking more about the renovations than the game.
I don't know, I think it's more original. I like the new scoreboard and the new seats that they added and the 2 TVs. I think those are nice, so more people should come to games this year.
With the Panther Arena holding over 10,000 seats, more people are able to come to the games this year. The arena also has an advantage over other venues that hosts college games.
To be honest, I like the fact that I can come to a game and get a beer, you know, because a lot of NCAA events you can't.
Besides the fact that you can get a relaxing beverage, students are also happy with having a place they can call their own.
I think it's cool to actually have a stadium named after our own school.
I think it gives me a arena I can have a connection to instead of us having to play at someone else's arena. We're playing at our arena. It's like our home.
In Milwaukee, I'm Dominique Harris for Panthervision.
UWM has fired its women's soccer coach. Greg Henschel is being let go after 3 seasons. UWM's athletic director didn't give a reason for the firing. Amanda Porter will have more in sports later in our newscast.
Researchers at UW-Madison are being awarded a $7.7 million grant to study sleep. The research will focus on the concept of local sleep, where one part of the brain sleeps while the other is awake. The research will be conducted on fruit flies and mice over the next 5 years.
The weather is getting colder, but it's always construction season at UWM. For 2 weeks now, construction crews have been digging a large hole across from Indira's Hall near the bus stop. Wisconsin Electric is working to install a concrete vault that's supported by 2 pedestals. The vault will help bring more electrical power to campus. The installation will take 2 more weeks to complete.
With the temperature dropping outside, costs inside are rising. Panthervision's Michael Atterbury has some tips that will save you money this winter.
Three years. Pretty much basic stuff. The plastic on the windows, weather stripping doors. Otherwise, that's about it. Not too much, but it saved enough.
He's picked up a couple tricks along the way.
Weather stripping for a door, it'll just go on the inside of the door, around the top, inside.
For those looking to go the extra mile,
so if you have the ability to have a programmable thermostat, those are just really a great idea for helping to adjust the temperature so that you're not heating the home when you're not there.
if that college budget has you worried about the price tag, Ben Simon at True Value Hardware has a tip.
The thermostat itself should be under $100, and you know, you could spend easily more than that in 1 month of heating bills.
If you don't have a programmable thermostat, just really be mindful about manually adjusting it. You know, we recommend 68 degrees is a good temperature during the winter time to have your thermostat set.
Winter is coming, so head to your nearest hardware store and get ready. In Milwaukee, I'm Michael Atterbury for Panthervision.
Sheree Dixon joins us with a live look at our weather. How's it going, Sheree?
It's going good. How about you guys? How's it going for you?
Oh, not too
Good.
bad.
I heard there might be a big storm coming this week.
We'll find out now, won't we? Looks like we had some rain showers this morning. We're gonna have some sunshine during the afternoon hours tonight, and some more rain also tonight. For our forecast right now, current temperatures, looks like it's mostly cloudy with temperatures rising into the low 50s. Winds coming in at 10 to 15 miles per hour from the southeast. The temperature right now is at 46, however, it feels more like 37. The dew point is at 30 degrees, and our temperature is at 29.81. Today's high looks like it's going to be at a 53 and a low of 41. It's going to be a 50% chance of rain, so if you have your umbrellas, keep them tight, guys. Let's take a look at our state lows. It looks like it's going to be 25 in Rylander, 32 in La Crosse, and it looks like we're going to come back down to Milwaukee at 43 degrees. Temperature or state highs today, 27 in Rylander, and they're actually expecting a snowstorm, so watch out for that. Looks like we're going to have a 45 in La Crosse, coming back down to Milwaukee at a 53. Tomorrow's temperature, or tonight, it looks like we're going to have some rain after midnight with a low of 43 and winds coming in at 12 miles an hour from the west. Tomorrow's forecast looks like it's going to stay mostly cloudy with a chance of showers in the daytime, or possibly snow. Watch out for that also. A high of 48 and a low of 24 degrees. Winds coming in at 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, it's going to stay partly cloudy with a 0% chance of precipitation. A high of 31 and a low of 21. So it looks like it's going to get cold. Let's look at our extended forecast this week. We have a high of 31 on Thursday with 10% precipitation and a low of 21. Friday, partly cloudy, a high of 30 and a low of 21. Saturday, it's going to look like we're going to have some sun. It's going to be at a high of 33 and a low of 22. And Sunday, partly cloudy, a high of 30 and a low of 20.
Wow, it looks like we might have to turn on the heat this week.
Yeah, looks like it. It's going to get cold. Starting to have to break out your winter coat soon.
All right, thank you,
Oh,
Sheree.
no.
Thank you.
There's no question winter is on its way, and with it comes cold and flu season. In tonight's MATC report, Savannah McKay tells us how to stay healthy this time of year.
With holiday season just at hand, the nighttime is falling faster, and it's time to put up those sandals for some hefty boots.
No matter where you are or what you do, you're susceptible to germs, even when doing the most mindless things. With such change in the weather, it might be viable to get a flu shot or go by other means to protect yourself this holiday season.
The flu shot is important because not only for you, but for like young children. We carry bacteria on our bodies that's normal for us, that might not be normal for, let's say, a little baby or somebody their immune system is a little bit depressed.
Some students have different ways of staying healthy during the holiday season.
Eating like vegetables and fruits, and keeping my immune system up. Take vitamins. Bundle up, wear a hat, gloves.
We
We are constantly touching and touching things right after one another and haven't thought twice about how it could affect us. Many people wonder if you can get the flu by getting the flu shot.
You might get a little bit of cold symptoms, like achy, a little bit of headache, goes away in a couple of days. It's better than getting the flu where you're down and out for 2 days. I wouldn't put off going. You want to get it as soon as possible because it takes a couple weeks for it to kick in and start protecting you.
And during these early cold nights, just remember to bundle up, stay warm, keep those hands clean, and hopefully this holiday season you won't be receiving a cold or flu as a present.
When we return, we'll tell you why there's a kicker on the women's basketball team.
And we'll show you how one student center on campus helps students overcome the struggle of finding their place at UWM.
This is where powerful ideas lead to proven results. This is where you belong.
You ready again?
Let's go do this.
At MATC, we award lots of degrees. But not everyone makes it to our big ceremony.
Samantha, I own lamb.
Thanks to the hands-on training they receive from industry experts, many of our grads are already hard at work. But that's okay. They end up with something even more rewarding than a diploma. A career. MATC. Redefine smart.
Thanks for watching UWM Panthervision, judged Best Student Newscast by the Northwest Broadcast News Association. Panthervision is produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in association with Milwaukee Area Technical College.
The Panthers men's soccer team is heading to the Horizon League playoffs.
Amanda Porter joins us now with sports. Amanda?
Thanks, guys. The men's soccer team is in the Horizon League tournament. It all came down to the last game of the regular season. It was a win or stay home, and Milwaukee pounced on Detroit early in the first half as Petter Ingebrigtsen beats the goalie off of the throw-in by Zach Stevenson. That's Ingebrigtsen's 5th goal of the season. In the 70th minute, Reed Stevenson adds an insurance goal, beating the goalie to the far post. It's also his 5th goal of the season. The Panthers defeat the Titans 2-0 to qualify for the Horizon League playoffs. UWM faces Wright State in the first round tonight at 7 in Dayton, Ohio. After a tough women's soccer season, head coach Greg Henschel won't be back with the team next year. This comes after the Lady Panthers missed the Horizon League tournament, posting a record of 6-10-2. According to UWM's athletic director, Amanda Braun, Henschel's contract is not being renewed. In his 3 seasons at UWM, the team went 24, 28, and 4. A national search began immediately for his replacement. The UWM women's basketball season tips off in less than a week. Starting guard Ashley Green is projected to be one of the top 10 players in the Horizon League. The team opened the season with an exhibition game against Southwest Minnesota State. 5 players scored in the double figures for the Panthers. Jordan Swan led the way with 20 points. The Panthers won 87-48. There's a new face on the court this year for the Lady Panthers, but as Maggie Wiestoff reports, she isn't a stranger to Panther athletics.
Hannah Call loves soccer.
This is my hamster, FIFA. I originally named him World Cup because I got him during World Cup.
For 4 years, Hannah played soccer with the UWM Women's Panthers.
We won conference championship, and conference all 4 years.
But Hannah wasn't done there. She traded sports and styles.
In soccer, you got to wear like loose shorts and just run, and now you have ankle braces that slows you down. The headbands are different.
Now she plays basketball.
So one day we got an email from the soccer player. We had no idea, who she is, and saying, I really want to join the team. I'm going to be a fifth-year senior, and for me, I'm like, well, we really don't need a soccer player. We need some basketball players.
She got a tryout and impressed the staff.
She flat out competed. I mean, she went so hard, and we kept saying as a staff, like, this is exactly what we need. We need somebody with leadership, somebody who's won.
Coach Rex called me and told me I made the team, and I had lifting the next day in the afternoon, and my locker was all set up, and then I was just in basketball mode from there.
But when asked her favorite sport, it's clear her loyalties haven't changed.
That's a tough one. No, it's not soccer.
And when she's not on the court, Hannah found a way to combine her favorite sports. In Milwaukee, I'm Maggie Eastoff for Panthervision.
Call when the Panthers kick off the regular season in North Dakota on the 16th. Their home opener would be on the 22nd against Bowling Green. The men's team is off to a winning start. They played host to UW-Platteville in an exhibition game in the newly named UW-Milwaukee Panther Arena. Akeem Springs led the team with 15 points. Matt Tidby contributed with a double-double. He had 10 points and 13 rebounds. The Panthers clawed past the Pioneers 68-54. That's it for sports. Back to you, Maggie and Michael.
Thanks, Amanda. When you're a part of a demographic that only makes up 7% of the total student body, it becomes difficult to feel like you belong.
Panthervision's Amanda Porter explains how a group on campus is helping those students.
The Black Cultural Center held an event on UWM's campus where a specific demographic of Black male students had a larger voice to discuss a variety of topics affecting them.
Before we knew it, the room was packed. We had over 300 people packed in the Fireside Lounge of all places. Half of those were Black boys, African-American males from elementary school level to college level. And the purpose of that meeting was to simply listen to Black boys.
UWM currently enrolls 2,000 Black students on a campus of 30,000. It can be easy to be overlooked on campus, but certain groups feel more isolation than others. Transfer student Christopher Spencer felt lost and overlooked on his first day.
Here, I never felt really found, or like before, I was lost when I got here. And sometimes I have like struggled with my identity as a Black man, like what is a Black male, what is it accomplished, like what is it in a sense.
A lot of students may feel the same feeling of disconnect.
Campus for most of our African American students, much like our Latino brothers and sisters, this is a new experience for many of them. So they have no familiarity with what might be available to them.
The Black Cultural Center offers several programs, activities, and services to students. Professor Williams' background helps him understand where students are coming from and cultivates his passion for improving and guiding Black males.
First generation, low income, neither of my parents graduated from high school. I'm the oldest of 9 kids. We were among the working poor.
But the Black Cultural Center is a place to feel at ease.
Even if you're lost or you're troubled or you're all these other things, you can grow here.
And growth is exactly what Williams likes to see.
When you realize they're moving towards their own goals in terms of graduating from UWM and moving on with their lives. And being a part of that is gratifying.
Black Cultural Center is a place where Black students, and any other student for that matter, can be themselves. This is Amanda Porter for Panthervision.
The Black Cultural Center is hosting a summit for Black males of all ages later in December.
Thank you for tuning in for tonight's edition of Panthervision.
You can watch us on Time Warner Channel 14 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99 at 5:30 on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and again at 10:30 on Saturday and Sunday mornings.
Have a great week.